Okay, so we've been talking about naming ionic compounds, and we're going to talk about naming molecular compounds. And again, we need to be able to identify it. So the key here for identifying molecular compounds is that it's non-metals. If you've got a metal in there, you cannot use these molecular compound rules. And we're just going to learn how to do binary. Binary means two elements. So two non-metals, we can use these rules. These are the favorite rules of most students, and so they want to use it all over the place. You can only use it for these compounds. So the basic format here is a prefix and the name of the first element with a space, a prefix, and the name of the second element, and again we're changing the ending to "-ide". These are the prefixes that we're going to use. With the molecular compounds, there are no ions, and so we need to specify in the name how many atoms of each element there are, and we do that using these numerical prefixes. Mono meaning 1, di for 2, tri is 3. Tetra might be a little strange to you if you've played the game Tetris. Tetris, I used to play Tetris a lot. Each of those little shapes that are falling are made of 4 squares. Tetris is 4. Penta is like a pentagon. Didn't mean to do that. Hexa is 6, like a hexagon. Both of those have X in their names. Hepta is weird. I could tell you a story, but I'm not going to. Octa is 8. Nona is 9, and deca is 10. So decade, deca, 10 years. Nona and 9 sound alike. So you need to know those prefixes. It's not usually too hard. So just like we have, as chemists, an issue with the number 1, mono means 1, and so we avoid using mono when we can. If there's only one atom of the first element, we usually leave the mono off. Okay, and this is not something I'm going to trick you on, but the example here is CO2. So the pattern would be that we have one carbon, and so we'd say monocarbon, but we don't want to use mono at the beginning, so we're just going to leave that off. So it's carbon, and then there's 2 oxygens, so we use the prefix di to indicate that there's 2. Oxygen becomes oxide, and the name is carbon dioxide. Let's underline that. Carbon dioxide. Again, 2 words in the name. N2O is also called laughing gas, and there are 2 nitrogen atoms, so dinitrogen. And there's 1 oxygen, monoxide. So dinitrogen monoxide. Okay, so we dropped an O there because it should be monoxide. That looks silly, doesn't it? What is that? Monoxide? Reminds me of a cow or something. We dropped the O. Why? Just to make it fit better? When we're using those prefixes, suffixes, things, sometimes you get double vowels that are awkward, and so we'll lose one of them. And this is not something I'm going to try to trick you on either. I can't vouch for mastering chemistry wanting to trick you, but I won't trick you on an exam. So, for example, if I gave you N2O on an exam, multiple choice, and gave you answers, I would not give you dinitrogen monoxide as a choice along with the correct dinitrogen monoxide to trick you, okay? But you just know that we drop them sometimes. So we drop it in monoxide, but not in triiodide. Why? I can't give you a real good reason.